Okay, I'm gonna start the freezer meal prep. It is later in the afternoon than I wanted to start it. It's like 10 to 1, but I'm gonna just see how much we can get done today before I just call it a day. I did attempt to be organized and like write it all out, what I wanted to do in our notebook, but honestly, I just got tired of trying to figure out the steps, and I figured I just play it by ear. So let me get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is get our bread machine out and get the pizza dough going. I'm gonna just throw it in the bread machine so that can be churning and doing its thing so I can get started on something else. So let's do this. So I got my apron, tied my hair up. Didn't take long for that to have to happen. This is just a pack of turkey bacon. I'm gonna put it on our pan with a silicone cover and put it in the oven at 400 for about 15 minutes and see if it'll cook the whole pack up that way. Okay, there's just the tiniest bit of lay over on each piece, but I really don't want to dirty another pan. Ideally you would have it spaced out, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna put it in and hopefully make sure this works. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is cook up this sausage. We just picked this up from Costco. It is just some breakfast sausage. I think it's 3 pounds, yeah. 3 pounds. That's the timer on the oven. Bacon's ready to go. I'm gonna set the timer now. So I'm just gonna cook this, the entire thing up, and then separate it into our different breakfasts. Okay, the bacon came out. It looks okay, but I flipped it over anyways because I want it to be a little bit more crisp. So I flipped over the pieces and put it back in there for another 10 minutes. It's got like 8.5 more. I've been breaking up the sausage and just kind of watching it. My pan is a little small for 3 pounds of sausage, but whatever, we're making do and it's working. So that's going. While that's going, I'm going to mix together some eggs for, I'm gonna do 1 batch for the breakfast calzones that we wanna make. And then I'm gonna do another, these are all the mixing bowls I have. So I'm gonna do another batch in here of French toast type. So I'm gonna add milk, cinnamon, vanilla extract. This is our vanilla extract. We make it, if you're not making it, it is super, super simple to make. It just takes time. So you just need a high alcohol concentrate, like I think we use vodka. If you have, we live in the state of Utah and you cannot buy hard liquor at Costco, but we used to live in California and you can get it. So if you are in one of those states, I highly recommend, and you have a membership, I highly recommend getting it from Costco. Get the Costco brand. It's less expensive and works great. You just put some vanilla beans in, slice them open so that they can get all the flavor. Put them in a jar. I have this old, it was actually a beer bottle, but it's an old airtight Grolsch bottle. I'm probably mispronouncing that. But anyway, so we put that in there. I filled it with the vodka and I let it sit for, see, you can see I started this in January and it was ready in July, but I don't think I popped it open until several months after that, maybe. But the longer you let it sit, the more flavorful it becomes. So we are going to need to start another batch soon, especially because it takes so long. But that's it. And then you just let it sit in the dark in your pantry in the back somewhere, and then you have homemade real vanilla extract. So we're gonna put that together for French toast dips in this bowl. But let's get started on cooking the eggs for the calzones. Okay, got it all mixed up. So I'm going to take a loaf of this bread. We got this at our local Costco. It is actually cinnamon chip bread. I'm gonna use 1 loaf, I think. Cut it up, put it in the egg mixture for the French toast, and then bake it. And I think I'm just going to leave the other loaf intact and put it in the freezer, probably in this bag, just like this. And we can use that for toast one day. So we're just gonna try one loaf, see how many we get and see how that looks. So I'm gonna cut this up, put it in the egg mixture and let it soak up while I'm cooking these eggs over here. Slight change of plans. The French toast sticks are like falling apart. Next time, I think I will let the bread sit out, either opened for a little while, so it can kind of toughen up a little, and use a shallow bowl instead of the big mixing bowl. So not to worry though, we're gonna adapt. What I ended up doing was filling 2 trays of the French toast sticks, and then I'm just gonna take the rest of the bread, and then I have to make a little bit more egg mixture, but I'm gonna take the rest of the bread, chop it up smaller, mix it all together, and then make some French toast muffins with the rest. So here is what the French toast sticks are looking like. I just put parchment paper down, and then the ones that were already kind of falling apart, I went ahead and started making French toast muffins. So I'm gonna have maybe 24-ish sticks, and then I'm not sure how many muffins we'll have, because I still have about that much left of bread, but I'm out of egg mix, so I'm just gonna make a little bit of egg mix so I can fill up this tray at least, and then get that going in the oven. The oven actually just beeped at me, so I cooked up my eggs. Here's the second tray. I'm gonna put them in for 350 for 20 minutes and see how they're doing. Over here, I have our bacon and sausage cooling. I'm so glad my husband's upstairs, because if he could see this, he would just serve himself from here, like half the bowl. Anybody else's husband like that? Anybody else like that? Okay, so here's where we're sitting. I started at like 10 to 1. It is now 2:15. So we're about an hour and 25 minutes in. My pizza dough has 14-ish minutes to go. I have 2 trays of French toast sticks in the oven. Eggs are cooked, sausage is cooked, bacon is cooked. I have 1 tray of muffins, French toast muffins, and I actually don't have that very many dirty dishes. I just have, I cooked the sausage in here, and then I washed it so I could do the eggs in there. So that took care of that one. And then I'll have to wash this. In the crock pot is our dinner for tonight. We're making some soup. So now that I have a minute breather, I'm gonna kind of reevaluate, wash the 2 mixing bowls and forks that I used to stir, rinse down the cutting board and the knife, and then come back and kind of see how much more I have energy for and what I wanna do, because I still have to put the calzones together, and I'm wondering if I could sneak my older son away from TV to help me, but we'll see. It's Saturday, we'll see. Pizza dough that I made in the bread machine. This time I tried using half white and half wheat flour, and it is just so, I don't know if you can hear it, so rock hard already. It didn't really mix well, so unfortunately I don't think that I can save it. I'm sure that maybe someone, a better baker out there knows how to do this, but I don't know how to save it. So this is gonna be the first batch ever that I'm gonna have to toss. What I'm going to do though is, let's see, trying to check the time. It's 2:30 now. I am going to, you know what? I'm going to just box up what I cooked today. As far as for this, and tomorrow I will do the calzones. Today, no dice, because this, I don't think this dough is just gonna work at all, but live and learn. So now I know this is not the right recipe to use when I wanna use half and half dough. So I'm gonna move on and finish up a couple other things and then call it an afternoon for today. to start another pizza dough batch, but I'm kind of getting tired and I kind of want to hang out with my family. So I know in an hour and a half when the dough is done, I'm not gonna feel like putting them together. And in my mind, I'm telling myself, oh, just get the kids to help me put them together. It'll be so fun. But no, we really won't want to. So I'm really trying hard to hold off on that. This is what I'm gonna do and then call it an afternoon for today. I have the French toast muffins are done. They're just cooling. And then I'm gonna put them in the freezer to kind of freeze like this and then take them out of the silicone muffin liners, muffin thingy bobbers, whatever the word is, and then pop them into a Ziploc bag, like a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. So they're still a little warm on the bottom. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit and put that in. I took both trays of the French toast sticks and I put them on here. I'm going to, this pan is pretty cooled down. I'm gonna put it in the freezer just like this so it can kind of flash freeze. And then I'm gonna put these in a baggie also. I went ahead and I put the eggs that I cooked in the refrigerator for tomorrow because those are gonna go into the calzones. I'm going to use some of this bacon and some of this bacon and some of the sausage, just some, for the next thing that I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do next is just create little easy egg scramble bags. So yes, you can make like egg cups where you put your mixtures in and you put your eggs in like muffin liners like this and then reheat them. We don't use a microwave though, so I'm not quite sure how that would reheat in our, we have like a air fryer slash toaster oven thing. So what I'm gonna do is just take baggies, put in the toppings that we would use, and then that way if my husband in the morning wants to have a scrambled egg with mixed things in it, he can. Or if the kids and I want to have something like an omelet or something like that, or scramble, it's really a scramble, it's not gonna be an omelet, a proper omelet anyways, we can have it too. So clearly I'm getting tired. Some of the things I'm gonna put in the baggies are the bell peppers I chopped, peas. I have spinach. I have spinach and it's fresh spinach and it's starting to look sad, I go ahead and put it in a freezer bag and then I just kind of crunch it up when it's frozen. So some will have spinach, onion, and then I bought ham from Costco. It comes in a double pack like this. It's just uncured ham. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it into pieces and then we'll sprinkle some pieces. He's in the garage. Oh, hang on a second though. Just hold on for him, okay? So ham, I'm gonna cut some of that and then the meat. And we'll just do variations of that and we'll put them in the baggies and then that way you can just grab your toppings, crack open an egg, stir it up and be ready to go.
How I girls want to be a girl. I am a terrible baby. Did you ask